Some shocking details have emerged regarding the Andrew Tate human trafficking arrest. So Mario Nafal, a citizen journalist on Twitter, has reported that the Romanian authorities have seized all of Andrew Tate's assets pertaining to this arrest. All of his supercars, all of his properties in Romania have been seized. Now, this is happening at the same time that Tate's legal team is maintaining his client's innocence. Tate's legal team has said that not only will Andrew and his brother be released soon, that their names will be cleared of any wrongdoing. So why this is interesting to know, guys, because this isn't the first time that Andrew's been in trouble for some human trafficking allegations, and his name was actually cleared from the previous time that he got in trouble for human trafficking. So I'm going to play a quick clip, and I'm going to let Andrew kind of give his take on what happened pertaining to the last human trafficking arrest, and I'll give my thoughts. Check it out.
News accounts in the United States say that the U.S. Embassy in Bucharest, Romania, was tipped off to your misdeeds and alerted the local authorities you might be committing human trafficking. Given that this is the same charge they leveled against Julian Assange or a species of it, skeptical, but I want to know the details. Were you arrested for human trafficking? What happened?
Yeah, I was not arrested. So what happened is I suffered from a case of swatting. It's very popular with people who are large on the internet. Many large YouTubers have been swatted. It's where you call the police and you say somebody has a gun or there's a hostage situation and the SWAT team arrives. Somebody made a phone call to the American embassy saying that I was holding women at my house. The police arrived. And let me state this now. I state this openly to the world. I have absolute respect for the police. I would hate to live in a country where if you call the police saying women are being held against their will, that the police don't respond. That would be terrible. Of course they should come and look. Absolutely. They turned up. They investigated. They realized that nobody was in the house against their will. There was no crime committed. They said, okay, you're not a suspect, but you are a witness to this, along with me, my brother, the housekeeper, the gardener. Everybody who was in the premises at the time was labeled a witness. We had to go to the police station for 45 minutes for pieces of paper. We filled them in and we were let go. I was swatted. Nobody was hurt. There's no human trafficking.
So what is really going on, guys? Because on one account, we're hearing Andrew maintain his innocence, and he's proved his innocence from human trafficking allegations previously. So is this another situation where he's being swatted, guys? Or is there something more here? Because what I'm hearing is that the Romanian authorities could not have detained him without probable cause. Now, some shocking videos have actually come out that I'm not going to play on this channel, guys, because it's Andrew actually assaulting women. And it's very disturbing stuff, guys. You can look it up for yourself. But as I investigated into this, guys, the woman who's actually in the video being assaulted gave her perspective on what's going on with Andrew. This is his ex-girlfriend. So I'm going to go ahead and play that clip and give my thoughts. Check it out.
If you don't live under a rock, then I'm pretty sure you know that Andrew Tate has been arrested for human trafficking and a rape, which is absolutely absurd, simply for the reasons that it's absolutely false. I have lived with Andrew for years and years, and he would never do anything like this, ever. I've already had to make 2 videos regarding his innocence when it came to him being called a woman beater for a video that got leaked of us two having a little bit of a rough role play. I had to make a video 2 videos in fact, clarifying that he is innocent. And here I am again, coming from somebody who lived with him for years. He is not a human trafficker. He would never rape anybody, and he would certainly never ever human traffic anyone either, including his brother. They would never do such thing. I am just so shocked, and I'm so fed up with all of these lies talking about Andrew, that he's a woman beater, that he's a human trafficker, he's raped somebody. It is so false. It's so false that it's upsetting. Even though we're no longer together, it upsets me because I know the person I have lived with. I know who he is, and he is neither of those things, and he does not deserve any of this coming his way.
All right, guys, and I need to be perfectly clear that I watched a video that Andrew's ex-girlfriend's talking about. Very disturbing stuff, guys. Not stuff I'm into. And again, let me reiterate that I do not condone any of Andrew Tate's womanizing rhetoric. I don't condone any of this having 7 wives. I don't, he had a webcam model business. While these things may have been legal, they're not ethical in my worldview. So while I'm not going to judge, I'm not into any of that. So let me make that perfectly clear that I'm thinking that these human trafficking allegations are coming from, stemming from his webcam modeling business and maybe some bad business practices. Again, we're going to wait for all the details to come out to pass judgment. I'm just letting you guys know that I do not personally condone any of that type of activity. Now, what I am concerned about is getting to the truth, because human trafficking is a very, very serious thing. And while I do find it very, very coincidental that right when Andrew gets in a huge Twitter beef with Greta Thunberg, a big climate activist, that this raid happens. So you could call that a coincidence. I think that perhaps there's something more, and I think it's something that definitely deserves looking into, because, guys, human trafficking is a very real thing. It's a very serious crime, and it is happening every day. Guys, Hunter Biden, the president, Joe Biden's son, is involved in human trafficking. So why is our mainstream media so focused on this, but not the human trafficking allegations that are coming out, and Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, is still walking the streets? I mean, guys, check out these clips.
Hunter Biden could face federal sex trafficking charges for transporting prostitutes across state lines. Documents and videos obtained by the Daily Mail show Hunter paying to bring the hookers hundreds of miles to his hotel. This all happened during a 5-month, $30,000 sex binge where Hunter wrote false checks disguised as medical payments to pay for prostitutes. Some of it financed by his father, Joe, rode to work on. The girls sent videos of themselves on the train to Hunter to let him know they're on the way. And once they arrived there was an orgy which Hunter filmed. Of course, because there isn't a crime Hunter hasn't filmed. So by paying to transport escorts from Boston to New York, Hunter may have violated the Mann Act, which makes it a felony to transport individuals for the purpose of prostitution.
So I think by now you can see why I'm a bit skeptical on the Andrew Tate arrest and our mainstream media's coverage of the Andrew Tate arrest. Because, guys, if our mainstream media truly cared about human trafficking, then why wouldn't they cover the Hunter Biden laptop story? Why did they not only not cover the Hunter Biden laptop story, your mainstream media told you it was Russian disinformation. The Elon Musk and the Twitter files has revealed that 3-letter government agencies were suppressing the Hunter Biden laptop story before Joe Biden's election to become the president of the United States. So 3-letter agencies in the mainstream media are not only not covering actual human trafficking, but they are complicit in the cover-up by suppressing the news. And suppressing, guys, there's videos and photos on the laptop of actual human trafficking. There's receipts, there's check stubs. This is actual human trafficking that is being committed in the White House, and nothing is happening. Hunter Biden, Andrew Tate's arrested and has all his assets seized. Hunter Biden is still walking the streets. Now, why is all of this happening? Well, guys, that's because I think Andrew Tate represents something that the powers that be, the mainstream media, and the people that really control the world do not want. They do not want men being empowered. They do not want men thinking for themselves and having an abundance of wealth. I think that's perfectly clear at this point if you're somebody that actually follows what's really going on. Now, I'm not going to speculate anymore, guys. I'm going to play this last video, and I'm going to let Andrew Tate give his thoughts for himself. Check it out.
Tell us what your message is to young men.
Yeah, so I think that being a man is very, very difficult. I think that men's issues are largely overlooked. A lot of young men growing up today that feel very disaffected. They feel invisible. The agendas that are being forced down their throats are not agendas they align with, or they feel affinity to, or agendas they want. And I basically just say to men, look, it's a very hard life. You're going to need to get up, work hard, go to the gym. Strong body is a strong mind. You're going to have to reject listening blindly to everything you're told, reject the slave mind, think for yourself, get a strong network of brothers, work aside them. Don't tolerate low-quality people in your life, which means don't tolerate men who just smoke drugs and play video games. And try and build and create a reality full of high-quality people in which you can resist the programming that the Matrix tries to influence you with, and grow up truly happy.